Welcome to the September show of the Revere Senior News. On my left is the director of the Revere Senior Center and host of the show, Mr. Steve Fielding. My name is Morris. I'm your co-host. Steve, starting with some of the questions.
Well, congratulations to you and congratulations to me. It's our 25th show, so we've been here for 2 years together.
Yep.
We make a great couple.
Yeah, the odd couple, but we make
couple. And you were out for a while, and now you've been back for a while, so it's good to be back in front of the camera with you.
Okay, before we start, I have a few things I would like to ask you. They may not be in the order, but I mean, we'll get them right, I hope. The first one is you have some brand new movies coming in for September. Now, are they old, new, or previous?
Well, this is what's happening in September. We have all new releases. And thank you to the Revere Public Library for ordering these from their sources for me. So what I do is I go through, pick out the movies, they order them, we get them in, then we assign them a date. So you want to know what's happening for September?
Yes.
You like new movies?
I love new movies.
Exciting new times at the Revere Senior Center.
Yep.
With great snacks, coffee, pastry, all kinds of things. An 80-inch flat screen TV.
80-inch?
80-inch flat screen TV, big one. So anyway, the first movie up is on September 6th, Sully, starring Tom Hanks. Does anyone remember what that's about?
No, but would you tell us what the movies are about?
If I can. Now,
Please.
Sully is about that pilot that landed the plane in the Hudson River a few years back, remember?
Yes, I did.
He saved a lot of people. His engines died, if you remember. So that's September 6th. On September 13th, there's a movie called Gold, starring Matthew McConaughey. And it's about a man's search for gold in the jungle. And nobody wanted to finance him. Nobody wanted to be part of his expedition, and he found gold.
Question, these two movies that you just mentioned, they're non-fiction, is that correct?
They're not.
I mean, they're true movies.
Well, I know Sully is, obviously. Gold is based on a true story.
Oh, so
whether the entire movie is true or not, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. The next movie on September 20th is called A Dog's Purpose. Now, you've heard of Dennis Quaid, right?
Yep.
Okay, he's a big-time actor. And I believe it's about a dog that's reincarnated into the next dog. And after that dog dies, the next dog. And it talks about the meaning of life and the companionship and the love and the spirit of living a full life. So that's supposed to be a very positive, upbeat movie. And then the next movie, I saw this just last week, called Hidden Figures. It's about a group of black women who were accountants, okay, in the 1950s and early 60s. They worked for NASA, right? During the moon, I'm sorry, not the moon landing.
The Apollo landing?
During the early John Glenn era,
yep.
Okay? And they were responsible, despite racism pressure and oppressiveness, to come up with the formulas to allow those capsules to land in the proper space in the ocean. Remember in the early 60s?
Yep.
The capsule used to come down and, the ships used to go out there and
pick them up.
Pick them up. There's a process, a formula that they had to create to make that happen.
Okay.
So Hidden Figures. And I think Viola Davis is in that movie, and Taj Hudson. There's a whole bunch of people that are really good in that movie.
Any more in September?
That's the whole month of September right there.
Okay.
Okay. So those are great. Those are great movies.
Now I want to get into the summer events that we have all the time, and we have them in the winter inside the center, and that's bocce. And you have some information on bocce, I believe.
Well, yeah. Now, bocce is going to start in September,
right,
which is what this show is all about, September. So the bocce people, they play right through May. They're off for a couple of months, and then they start up having meetings in August, and they start resuming play in about the second or third week of September. But I want people to know who play bocce or who may want to come up and watch bocce that we have done a complete renovation of the bocce court, which is upstairs in the second floor.
Can Team Steel join the bocce group?
No, we have 12 teams of 4, so we have 48 people. However,
do you have a waiting list?
There is a waiting list. Okay. Marie and Nick Jacoby, who you might know,
yep,
manage the Bocce League. And if you are interested in joining the Bocce League, call the center at 781-286-8156. You can ask for me. My name's Steve Fielding, or you can tell one of the women in the office that answers the phone that you're interested in joining the Bocce League. We'll get the list to Marie, and should an opening occur, we'll give you a call.
Right.
But I want bocce players out there to know that they're going to come back to a brand new reinforced structure. It's going to have a brand new indoor-outdoor carpet, and it's going to have all new trim and bumpers. It's going to be quite nice. It hasn't been done since the court was built about 15 years ago.
And that'll be ready in September?
It'll be ready.
Okay.
All right, so can we go on to a couple of other things?
Yep.
How about stuff at the senior center?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you like the book? You like to read?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I'm not much of a reader, I'll be honest with you.
If you ever get that urge to read and discuss what a book's about, we have a book club at the senior center. They're going to meet on September 21st. The librarian of the Revere librarian Janice Van Hoekelman of Adult Services in the library comes over. She brings the books. They discuss the books. They return the books and they order new ones. So it's a nice little group that gathers. You like entertainment, I know that.
Yeah.
You like to play music.
I like music. I like it. I like shows, music.
Yep. And you know we have the monthly luncheon.
Right.
And we have one coming up on September 26th, which is a Tuesday. Jimmy Salona, who is a favorite, will be coming down, and he'll be singing. And the lunch is $4, and the entertainment is included in that special lunch. People, have their blood pressure going skyward.
Yep.
Right, Carol Donovan, you know Carol.
Oh,
our city nurse.
Terrific nurse.
She is, and she'll be down on September 7th and on September 21st between 11 and 12 to take blood pressure.
Hold on. September 7th is what day, if I may ask?
It's usually a Thursday. I believe it's a Thursday.
September 7th.
Both Thursdays. September 21st as well.
Okay, September Thursday and September 21st.
Right. And then the following
Excuse me, one thing, Steve.
Yes.
The time that she will be there?
11 to 12.
11 to 12. Thank you.
Yep. And then we have Mary's Affordable Hearing, and Mary Marino comes down every month as well. She'll be down on Thursday, September 28th, and she's usually there between 10 and 12.
And she tells the people if they need or don't need a hearing aid?
If they can hear her.
What'd you say?
If they can. No, seriously, she does testing. She takes care of their hearing aids. She replaces batteries. If they have a need to be tested, she'll do that as well. And then we have a podiatrist. His name is Dr. David Kaplan. He goes to a lot of senior centers. He's always at the senior center the first Wednesday of every month. In September, he'll be there September 6th.
Dr. David?
David Kaplan. And he comes usually about 8:30 in the morning. We have a sign-up sheet. It's first come, first serve. And he'll stay until everybody's toes are complete.
Oh, what does he actually do when people walk in?
Well, I try to avoid that room. I don't want to watch people have their toes cut. And he probably trims their toes and takes care of their nails.
Oh, I see.
He advises them on any skin conditions or feet-related issues that they might have. And he also gives advice. So a lot of people use him, and he's been coming for years. A couple of other things, Morris, I just want to touch base on. We hit the movies. I want to remind people who are in the Medicare prescription drug plan or a Medicare Advantage plan that you will receive information from your plan by the end of September. The open enrollment to change things is October 15th to December 7th, so I just want people to know that Medicare open enrollment period is October 15th to December 7th. We have a Shine counselor on hand who can help you with that. And also I want to give a phone number, 1-800-243-4636, which is a number that is related to Medicare and Medicaid. But we do have a Shine counselor, Barry Olevsky, who comes every Monday, and you have to call and make an appointment at the senior center, and she can certainly guide you through any changes or questions you might have.
Right. Besides that, Steve, I haven't looked into this, so I don't know. Do you know if there's going to be any major changes in that Medicare program?
At this point in time, I don't believe there are, but you never know.
Right.
Okay. And the only other thing in regard to the senior center I want to talk about is the chair massage. A lot of people have kinks and aches and pains and back problems. We have a great lady. Her name is Barbara McDonald. I don't know if you know her. She's been coming to the senior center for years. She'll give you a back massage. It comes with her massage chair.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe she charges $5 $5. So that's something that's worth, taking advantage of.
Now, before we continue on with these,
Yeah.
what new projects are you looking forward to coming to the senior center, number one? And number two, could you mention to the people that are listening to us about that new shuttle that we might be getting?
Well, as people are aware, we've had 2 shuttles for a while.
Right, and it was very convenient.
It was very convenient with 1 full-time driver, 1 part-time driver. And our 12-year-old shuttle is now disabled for a couple of months, so we've been using 1 shuttle driver, 1 shuttle. However, we are extremely close, and probably by the time this show is, of having a new used shuttle that is being donated by a particular organization, which I don't want to reveal at this point, but I do know that it will be a 2009 shuttle, and we'll be back in business with 2 shuttle drivers. And I thank the people out in the audience who do use the shuttle for their patience. You have to be flexible as it is using 2 shuttles because there's so many people that use it, seniors. But over the last, I would say 3 months or so, it's been very difficult for not only the seniors, but also for the staff in trying to service the seniors. So I ask people to just bear with us, and hopefully by the time this show airs, we'll be back up and running with 2.
I would like to say something. Since I can't drive for quite a while because of an accident, I would like to thank the drivers that we do have at the shuttle. Now, we have this one that just filled in temporarily. His name is Gary from school, and he does a terrific job, and I would like to say thank you from the Revere Senior Center,
Right.
Gary, for the nice job you did.
Right.
Dennis, I would like to thank him. He does a fantastic job.
does.
And of course, the one who's been with us the longest, Jim Carlson. Jimmy, you do a terrific job, and I hope you come back real soon. Thank you
And
for what you do for us.
He will be, and he's a great guy to have driving the shuttle because he truly does care for the seniors. He makes sure they're safe. He makes sure they're buckled in. He does his best to accommodate them when they even try to break the rules and try to go from one place to another without letting anyone know.
That's happened. I've
Which
seen
is
that.
okay. I mean, seriously, the seniors deserve the best service they can get.
Oh,
and
excuse
he
me,
does try to accommodate them.
Excuse me. I apologize. I said 4, but I mentioned 3. I forgot.
What's the last one?
You are a shuttle driver too, as an emergency. In an emergency, you do an excellent
I've done
job
a
for
lot
us.
more than just emergencies. I mean, there was a time I was driving twice a day, all day long, plus every afternoon. And thankfully, the school department lent us Gary for about a month, and it's worked out well. So,
Fantastic.
thank you. Yeah, so all those guys deserve praise. They don't get a lot of recognition. They don't want to be in the paper. They don't want anyone to know who they are, but they do.
They
a great
will
job.
now.
They
because
will now.
do. Right,
We'll-
and they
we'll-
deserve to be. Don't forget, they are community veterans. Some of them are military and community veterans, but everyone is a community veteran that does this for us seniors, and I can vouch for that because I am a senior.
You are. And so, can I just mention a couple of things, and then we'll segue into the
Go right
financial
ahead.
aspects of it. So, as you know, bocce is very popular in Revere. It certainly is in Chelsea as well. So, just a little scoop here. There's going to be what we call the Bocce Bowl. And I've been working with the Chelsea Senior Center and the Chelsea Recreation and Cultural Affairs Division. And we're going to have a Bocce Bowl. And it's going to be Revere seniors versus Chelsea seniors for this Bocce Bowl. And we're having a trophy made. It's going to be a bowl, of course. And it's going to have indicators where you can put the name of the winning team every year. We're going to have a first tournament on September 16th, which is a Saturday, at Voke Park. And if you don't know where Voke Park is, it's in Chelsea. Everyone knows where the New Bridge Cafe is, right? So if you ride down Washington Ave, the New Bridge is on the right. If you go down a little further, there's a park there, and there's a beautiful bocce court, brand new. And that's where the tournament's going to be. And so Revere seniors that play at our senior center are going to play against those seniors in Chelsea, okay, for this first annual Bocce Bowl tournament.
And you're going to have a Hall of Fame where you're going to put the ball?
Well, we're going to win. We know we're going to win. So
you mean it's already rigged?
It's already rigged. So we will have a place for it in the Revere Senior Center. We'll make it prominent in front of everybody in the dining. I'll make a shelf and we'll have it on display when we win it. But again, the date is September 16th, which is a Saturday. A rain date of Sunday, the 17th of September, from 12 to about 3. We don't know the end date because we don't know how long the games will take place. Let me just tell you a quick couple of things about this. Revere and Bocce senior players are welcome to come, as well as other seniors. It's really a target audience is for seniors to come and their families. We're inviting the Chelsea City manager, who's the former mayor of Revere, Tom Ambrosino, Mayor Brian Arrigo from Revere, as well as our council members and all our elected officials at the state delegation, as well as the school committee, and of course seniors from both Revere and Chelsea. We have an official referee and a person to handle all the scores, and that's John Roberts, who is very well versed in bocce and how to play. There'll be food, burgers, cookies, drinks, chips, and an ice cream truck. And we're going to have a DJ George, who happens to be coming to the Senior Center on October 24th for our Halloween party. DJ George is going to do a disco party. So he'll be at this event as well. So it's a great event. So thank you for letting me mention that, because that's important.
Okay, I want to get into some information here that concerns really the seniors, and it has to do, let's say, with finances.
Yes.
So the first question I'm going to ask you.
Can I just interrupt you?
Yeah.
I have to interrupt you before you start. Okay. Only because this is the segue into that.
Right.
The Senior Center is having a presentation. Growing older, it's never too early, but often too late. You'll see it behind me, and Morris here is the flyer that I'm holding. We have a public speaker coming who's a experienced gerontologist, which means that she's experienced in working with seniors in regard to their finances. And let me just give the date for this, okay? September 19th, which is a Tuesday night, 6:30 to 8 at the Senior Center. All seniors and those caring for seniors, or those who need assistance themselves, are welcome to attend. It's free, and we have refreshments. Go for it.
I have a question for you on that one too. I notice it says September the 19th, between 6:30 and 8 p.m.
Yes.
It's going to be dark around 8 p.m. Well, fairly getting close to dark. But as the shuttles might be available if seniors need it?
It won't be available, I'm sorry.
So you have to do your own ride then?
Yeah, and the reason we picked that date is because daylight savings time is until later.
Right.
So it should still be light. It should be light out.
Okay.
Okay. And I just want to mention that this is sponsored by both the Rossetti Cowan Senior Center and Neighborhood PACE, which is a company within the East Boston Neighborhood Health Center.
Okay, and that brings us into the next phase of the program, which is how to discuss money with your parents.
Yeah, and this is not geared towards teenagers. It's geared
Seniors.
towards seniors who are taking care of older parents.
Right.
Parents in there. Like a senior is 60 plus. In some circles, it's 55 plus. But what happens, and I've run into this personally, when you get to be a certain age, and I'm not looking at you directly.
No, that's all right.
You have always controlled your finances. You've always made your own decisions.
Exactly.
And sometimes you need assistance, but you don't want to ask for it, or you don't think it's time to have somebody help you. And that's what we're talking about here, because sometimes it becomes too late for you to help your parents get their finances in order, because when something happens to you, it certainly is too late. Then the state comes in and the finances aren't in order, and then all hell breaks loose.
Then it's advisable to have the parents make out a will before they even come to that point.
And that's only part of it. That's only part. I'm not a financial expert, but I know
I certainly am not.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to have your estate in order. You have to have your real estate in order. You have to have a will. Certainly, you're absolutely right.
You just came up with a terrific idea.
What?
You said, I'm not a financial advisor. Maybe on one of the shows we might get one up here to really do the talking.
Well, it would be really good. In fact, I know somebody that we could invite here that is an expert in elder
finance advisor.
Right, right.
That
And
would be
but
terrific.
that's what this woman is going to be speaking about. And so anyway, how to discuss money with your parents can be a very tricky thing because it's challenging and it's something most people don't want to approach their parents about. So what do you think the top 10 things are here? We have a list of them that you and I researched thoroughly.
Well, you want to read them off?
No, you can go ahead. Go ahead. Read them off. They're all. I mean, there's really 6 things in.
I'm not going to expand on each one. I'll just
No,
go
I think
through
they just like highlight them.
right. Like make it part of the. Why don't I read the first one and you read the second one?
That's great. Sure.
Okay, the first one is make it part of the news, and I'll let it go with that. And you can expand on this number 2.
Okay, we want to invite your parents to educate others. In other words, give them the opportunity to pass down to you their financial lessons so that you can help them.
Okay, and then blame your own financial advisor if anything goes wrong.
Well, what that means is you can say to your parent, you know, who might be in their 80s, listen, I have used a financial advisor. Maybe you should talk to him too. You know.
Okay.
That takes it away from you. You're putting it on the financial advisor.
Right. Number 4.
Focus on the love of family.
Right.
So that when you're trying to help a parent or you're trying to advise them to help put their house in order, if you will, you're doing it not to control their money, to take their money. You're doing it to help them, to help them with their estate planning, etc. And it's an act of love that you're doing that.
Okay. Number 5. Keep some topics off the limits.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure.
You know, not all parents want to know what they got because they might want to give some to different people.
Right. You know, for some parents, there are topics off limits. Like you may have in mind who you want to leave certain amounts to.
Right.
Your bank accounts, you may have them earmarked for somebody.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but let's say I want to give. Let's say I'm a millionaire and I want to give $100,000 to the animal rescue.
Okay.
But my children may say, "No, Mom, you're not doing that because you're taking it away from us." So sometimes it's best for the parents to keep it a secret.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what they're trying to say here. You know, there might be some off-limits stuff here. You know.
Okay, number 6.
You want to, you know, even though you're helping them get their estate in order and their finances. You want them to feel like they're controlling the situation. Boy, the time's going fast.
I know that.
I can't believe it. So those are the 6 things that people should be aware
Right
of.
out of the 10. But okay, I want to go into topic number 2 if I can do that.
Go for it.
Okay, topic number 2. 10 things you should know about your parents' finances, and number 10 was what? You can read that real quick.
Number 1, have they named a durable power of attorney to manage their finances?
Right. Number 2 is where do they keep their financial records? We won't expand on that. We'll just go down them.
Number 3, what are their bank account numbers and the names of their financial institutions?
That is a tricky one. I have to admit
Sure.
that. Okay.
Sure.
What are your parents' monthly expenses?
Okay.
Okay.
Number 5, how do they pay their bills currently?
Right. That if you're handicapped or disabled, they usually have a nurse come in and do that for them, or what they call a caregiver.
A caregiver, correct. You're absolutely right.
Number 6. Go ahead, Steve. You read them, and I'll just ask questions. Go
How
ahead.
much is their annual income and where does it come from?
Social Security.
Most of the time, if somebody has a pension,
Or
401ks,
or
whatever it
retirement
might be.
plan. Right.
Yep. Do they receive Medicare, Medicaid, or Social Security?
Yes, if they're over 65, I believe. I think the age just went up to 67 now, or gone up.
Not aware of that, but you could be right. It depends on if you're talking
I started collecting when I was at 62. That's what at my age.
My full-time retirement age is 66, and that's when Social Security kicks in.
Right.
However, Medicare, when you turn 65, that's when you have to take some action.
And number 8?
What kind of medical health insurance do they have in addition to the Medicare?
Okay.
Number 9.
Number 9, do they have long-term care insurance?
Insurance. And finally, number 10, do they have an accountant, financial planner, or attorney?
Right. Before we go in, Steve, I'd like to mention something to you, but you can expand on it. A lot of the seniors out there at one time had a, if they were ever abused, and that's called elder abuse, you have a new number for them.
1-800-922-2275.
And they can call that direct.
They call it direct. And like you had said, prior to this new number being put out there, for instance, myself, I've had to report elder abuse, okay, because somebody reported it to me. I had to call Mystic Valley Elder Services, which is my aging service access point, or my state agency that I utilize. In every district or where a council on aging is, use their own. Now it's centralized.
I hate to say this, but we're almost out of time, Steve. We got about a minute left. Take 30 seconds to wrap it up, or leave me
All right.
30.
Well, I just want people to realize that we have a great senior center. We have a lot to offer down there. We have a great health and exercise program, but that might not be for everybody. A lot of people are now using that, and that's where our numbers are spiking right now. However, there are a lot of people in their 80s or high 70s that, physically challenged, that may not be able to do that. We want you to come to the senior center. It's a safe, fun, welcoming environment. We have a guy named Morris that plays music. You should have heard them singing today. They were singing all the marching songs, all the Italian songs. It was fantastic. And we want you to come down and socialize. Get out of your house. Don't feel isolated. That's the key thing.
Right, and I want to say thank you, Steve, for doing the excellent job that you do at our senior center. And I want to thank the people of Revere for tuning in and listening to us, because they do come down to do a lot of the things that we do on the TV show.
Right.
But most of all, I want to say God bless our troops. God bless our great country, the United States of America. Thank you for listening, and hope to see you again next month. Thank you.